Neerja Chandna Peters from New Delhi, India. I welcome you to my studio. A very warm welcome to Gallery Around the World, Channel 7 Egyptian TV. And I thank the director Ismail Bakr for the opportunity of showing you all my studio here. So I have been painting for about 11 years. Though I am a physician, a postgraduate in family medicine, I was practicing until last year when I decided to take premature retirement and follow my passion of art full time. So after painting for about 11 years, the first 8 years I was mostly painting for my own joy, and I started exhibiting in 2018, early 2018, and I've had about 90 exhibitions since then. Welcome to Duende the studio. That is my studio. These days I'm not working here, I'm working from home, but this is where I display my works also, some of them. And these are all the geometric abstracts. And the theme is meditation, and so the titles are also the awakening, the inner joy, inner light, prayer, naman, and all those things. And that's hues of dawn on the easel there next to the window. And this window is the place where I love to work because there's a lot of natural light. And there you see the Qutb Minar in Delhi. So I can see all greenery from here and a beautiful sunset every day right next to the Qutb Minar. So I paint at dawn at home, and in the evening my sunset is here at my studio. Beautiful sunset, and I have to sometimes decide whether to continue painting or to look at the sunset. abstracts, and the theme has been meditation. This work here is called The Awakening 2. It is about 5 feet by 6 feet, acrylic on canvas, and the theme is again how one connects with one's own inner consciousness and later on with the divine. So while focusing inwards or focusing towards the center, one is transported into a different world and is able to reach higher planes of existence in order to connect with one's own consciousness and then radiate the same positivity around. So here this is the awakening too. So all these works are related to the same theme, and it's a series of works. So these are the acrylic paintings, and later on I went on to drawings and to charcoal. Here is called the Divine Whirl. This reminded me of a whirling Sufi, lost and dancing and whirling to the tune of the divine, and that's why I called it the Divine Whirl. And on the other hand, the one on the top is called Samadhi, and Samadhi is also a stage of transcendent meditation. I also have these panels where I hang my smaller works. These are all the paper works that I had done in my earlier years of abstract, and this is another work that I did in beginning of 2020, and I called it Spirit. So these are again using the abstract geometry again, which is my favorite thing, but I got playful here and called it Playful Chakras, and the one below is called Mindful Deconstruction. Been to Egypt, so I know Egypt through what we've been reading about ancient Egyptian civilization in school, and so I was always fascinated by how the ancient Egyptians utilized the concepts of geometry while constructing the pyramids, and how they were able to orient it in the context of mapping the geography of Nile and also the journey of the sun. And so I found it very intriguing that in those olden days also they had so much of knowledge and understanding of geometry besides other things. And also in my earlier years of art practice, I would do a lot of realistic paintings and figurative drawings, and I had this book on Egyptian art where there were some very beautiful relief carvings from ancient Egypt, and I was very much influenced by those. I would use them as reference, and I loved the earthy colors that were there in these relief carvings. And so hopefully I would visit Egypt once all these the pandemic and all the restrictions settle down, and hopefully that is also on my wish list, that I would visit Egypt someday. A little terrace garden that I have on my first floor apartment, and this is the garden that I have nurtured and brought up myself, so it's very close to my heart. And this is the painting that I'm doing these days, and that's the place which inspires me most. I like to paint in natural light. You see the colors better. And this is the window by which I usually sit inside also while I'm painting. So when it's sunny, I sit outside and paint. When the lockdown began, it was springtime, and it was the best weather to be outside, and the road was quiet. I would sit in this garden and paint all day, inspired by the blue sky and the birds chirping, and that reflected in my paintings. I also use geometry because it keeps me focused. It takes time, you know. It doesn't work like the other abstracts where you just splash color or use a knife or you make the paint flow. It takes time. It involves a lot of focusing, concentration, just like meditation. Meditation or contemplation is so much a part of these paintings that it takes me longer to think than to implement what I'm thinking. But at times I do rethink about colors and overpaint some sections. When you look at the entire painting, sometimes you need to enhance the intensity of one color, sometimes you need to subdue one color. So it does happen at times. These are certain pen drawings that I am doing as part of the same series of geometric abstract. Again, the theme is meditation. 20 of these drawings went as part of International Creative Drawing Exchange Program by Gallery Artos. Some of these also went for graphics projects Russia and some to London. These drawings were very meditative. Again, the process was slow and contemplative, and I was doing this every morning when I would wake up. At dawn, I would sit in my garden and make these drawings. So I found this very calming and relaxing during the lockdown. And that's why I continued the series and I called it Journey Within. These are the 20 drawings that went for International Creative Drawing Exchange Program. Paul Klee once said, "Drawing is nothing but taking the line for a walk." Here I am taking the line for a walk. I would like to thank my dear friend Ismail Bakr for being so cooperative during the recording and assembling of the videos. Thank you very much, Ismail Bakr, for all the effort that you're putting in order to promote art and artists from around the world. And my best wishes to Channel 7 Gallery around the world. Thank you very much.